Come on. There we go.
All right, peace, 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 peace. We back in the temple, y'all. We got our special guest, Symba, and he about to go back into his
Celestial Constitution.
celestial constitution and finish his articles, and then we're gonna get into some Q&A and you know,
All
finish
right.
it up and whatnot, and bring y'all this information. So without further ado, I hand the floor to the brother Symba. Peace.
All right, man. Peace. All right, we're gonna get back into this Constitution here. I'm gonna pick up at Article 4. This is Moore's due process in of law and jurisprudence. The Moore's judicial system will consist of four branches: family courts, minor courts, contract courts, and major courts. Family courts shall deal with family disputes involving children, parenting, marriage and divorce, wills, and at risk family members, feuds, etc. Excuse me, y'all. Minor courts shall deal with all minor transgressions such as theft, fraud, destruction of property, minor assault, etc. Contract court shall deal with the branch of contracts in all monetary lawsuits. Major court shall deal with murders, molestation, rape, major assaults, domestic violence, or any transgression that threatens the loss of life. Due process. Any more accused of any transgression, the damaged party must file a complaint in affidavit form. When the accused party is notified with a copy of the complaint, they must appear in court with a counter complaint if they are claiming innocence. If the complaint is deemed true by the accused party admission, the fine or fate will be set and the case resolved. A Morris affidavit is universal and equivalent to any motion, brief, or legal filing. See that little part right there, that's writing ourselves into law. We telling them like, look, this right here, our affidavits is the equivalent of your briefs and such and so forth, and that's how we do it. But when you're equal and on equal stations, it's received like that, because now we're men on our own basis. I'm not your subject or your citizen having to go up under what you've given me because I was incapable of doing it for myself.
Right.
You follow me? So okay, let me finish. All parties to a suit will have the opportunity to present their facts and speak their truth in all cases. All parties must represent their own pleadings. If unable to speak on your behalf for any reason, you may ask anyone of your choosing to speak on your behalf with your direction. Minor transgressions do not come with arrest. Major transgressions will come with arrest and detention of the accused party. Fail to appear will be taken as an admission of guilt and a judgment will be entered in favor of the complaining party. Failure to face one's justice will lead to your accounts being frozen and cut off from earning a living until you face your justice. If it's a major transgression that one has failed to appear for, you will be cut off and exiled from the URA, and a warrant of dead or alive will be placed on all major fugitives, where any nationality of the URA or foreign nation can bring you to justice, dead or alive, for a bounty. If a life is taken without it being self defense, your fate is death soon after trial or before trial if guilt is absolute. However, if the damaged party sees fit to show you mercy, your life will be spared. So we putting it basically, you the one that harmed these people. And if these people feel a certain type of way, we gonna give them certain guidelines and let them make the decision, because you forfeited whatever you had going on when you wrongfully took
Right.
something away from them. So it's just going back to basic justice.
Right. No harm.
uh
No harm. No. No harm and whatnot to speak about.
right.
You know.
Okay, it says loss of limb, paralyzation, or exile are the alternatives to death. Justice will be swift. The goal is to move the process as quickly as possible and not to inconvenience or burden our people. We will not incarcerate our people as the former system did. However, our due process seeks to resolve problems. If one is so happens to stand before judgment, the punishment will fit the transgression. You know, simple shit. I mean, just shit that we should feel and should understand. Like, look, dog, we know right from wrong, but we know what y'all doing is just wrong because it's some type of vendetta. That's what it feel like anyway, because we ain't never felt no love in this system. Okay, and I just give a little description. If one steals something, the elders will see where you lack any skill or trade or discipline and sentence you to said educational field. You will be allowed to freely take the course until it's completed. If you fail to do so, you will be placed in the educational confinement until completion. Every issue before the elders will be a case by case process, so there will be no need for precedents or authorities such as case law, codes, etc. The main objective is to uplift fallen humanity. Major due process will be treated the same, except you will be confined. Section 10. The URA will have zero tolerance for rape, molestation, and senseless murder. Those found guilty of any of these transgressions will face serious judgment. Said violations will mean a forfeiture of one's own life. However, your fate may not have to fall to the penalty set forth, but your fate will depend on the damaged party. Any false claims against each other will be taken as an attempt on one's life, and the same penalties shall fall upon the individual who filed a false claim. There is no authority besides yourself. We only become subject to authority when we violate the universal saying, treat others how we want to be treated. Police yourselves, govern and seek to resolve your own issues in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This is Moore's jurisprudence. So it's a simple legal system. You see what I'm saying? Because they make the right seem wrong and the wrong seem right. And you want to have first degree murder, third degree murder. No, man, you killed the motherfucker. You killed the motherfucker. Let's get to the case of why it happened. You know, it was some bullshit. Oh, man, you out of there, bro. Unless these people want to save you. Because we not buying it in this society, man. If you can't man up, knuckle up with a guy or whatever, if it wasn't in self-defense and you just shot him in cold blood, man, you don't deserve to be living. Control yourself. That's ruling with an iron fist. That's just discipline. They're just cutting all that bullshit out. And you want to try to make excuses for murder because that's what they like. Look at their movies. Look at the concepts they come up with. Only, only the mind of a sick motherfucker could just continue to come up with these type of things, and you call them hits. You know, you call them blockbusters. Let me see. I'm trying to get to the next. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the next article, the last article. Okay, here we go. There was a. Let me see. What was this article? What? I did have a seven article. It's just a list of rights, man. It's just basic shit. You got the right to travel, the right to bear arms, and all that good shit that everybody should know. You can read that. But I want to get to the meat of it. This is what we're saying here in Article 8. We then hold on, the Treaty of Humanity. Yeah. Hold on, man. Let me back up. Yeah, this is the Morris birthright. This Article 6 right here. Yeah, this is one right here. Uh I almost forgot all about it. This was part of one of the main things that I needed to bring to the table. Article 6, yep, the Treaty of Humanity. I said, peace to all law and justice, peace to all the nations of Akibalan, earth. Today, the resurrection is a fact. The Moors have awakened. We have been forgotten in the pages of history, our identities hidden, our legacy stolen, and the hell we had to endure has all led up to this very moment. Let it be known to all men, women, and children of the world, the Moors are hereby sovereign and free. From here on out, we, the indigenous Moors, reclaim our humanity, destiny, people, and place in the world. The wrongs must be made right. America, we know all too well the crimes committed against the Moorish people. So there is no need to remind the world of these crimes. The only thing to do now is state our demands to the world and let justice have its day. The current system will remain as it is with the following changes. The United States will have no authority over the Moors. The United States government shall provide to the URA three reparations payments. First payment, 75 trillion in legal tender. Second payment, 50 trillion in legal tender. Last third payment, 25 trillion in legal tender for all the genocidal tactics and crimes against humanity aimed at my people, so labeled Negroes, blacks, and colored. The first payment shall be made immediately. The second payment shall be made at the beginning of the reign of the sixth house. The third and final payment will be made in the reign of the seventh house. All law enforcement departments of the federal and state corporations shall not accost or bother and more. They may only deal with those persons, residents, citizens that belong to their corporate jurisdiction. We, the indigenous Moors, shall utilize the facilities such as courtrooms and correctional facilities, etc., to correct and uplift our fallen Moors until we erect our own halls of justice. We will continue to work side by side, but as two completely separate entities. All Moors can maintain whatever career or job they currently have under the same rate of pay that their field offers. No more shall harm or violate the rights of any human being or United States citizen. If a Moor in any way violates the treaty, he will fall under the jurisdiction of the damaged parties. This jurisdiction is limited to imposing fines and nothing more. If a United States citizen violates any rights of a Moor, said citizen shall fall under the jurisdiction of the Moors in the same fashion. If a Moor takes the life of any citizen, and it is not justified by self defense, that man or woman will forfeit his life and fall under the jurisdiction of the damaged parties to be judged. Moorish officials will assist the Moors to ensure a fair trial and vice versa. The Secretary of State shall issue Nationality Global Pass, much like the state identification card. The Nationality Global Pass will reflect the change of status by the Moors who have proclaimed their Moorish birthright. 7. We, the indigenous Moors, will continue to work and contribute to the American way of life. All utility, debts, bills, etc., shall be paid through the personal trust account, through the Moors' personal trust account associated with their Social Security number by way of direct deposit. The United States federal government shall issue on the behalf of the URA to every Moor who has proclaimed their Moorish birthright with the URA, my bad, a federal reparations card with $30,000 in available legal tender. The $30,000 will be renewed and made available every year on that Moore's birthday. I think, yeah, birthday. Let me see. They are from the URA Trust. Yeah, from the URA Trust. The reparations card will be legal tender for all debts and purchases in every country and nation. The URA will have a say in all matters of war. The Moors will fight to defend North America and its people, but we will not fight for reasons we did not cause or causes that we do not believe in or stand for. Therefore, the United States will share its military information, friends, and foes so that the URA may cultivate relationships with these individuals and world leaders and change things for the better. Self proclaimed white America has never spoken for the indigenous Moors of North America, and nor will they ever. The URA holds that the welfare of the people is the supreme law. Thus, when it comes to the safety and welfare of the people, the URA will have a say in all matters. All indigenous Moors will have 40 acres that they can divide and spread out in all states. Two, to the nations of the world. My people are a global people, and the world over knows of our Ma'afa. Therefore, to the world, as the beneficiaries of said Ma'afa, let it be known that the Constitution applies to all Moors everywhere on Mother Earth slash Akibalan, if they so choose their Moorish birthright. Moor is our nationality, and under it, we are unified. It covers melanin rich people and cultures, disrespectfully referred to as Negroes, colored people, blacks, Native Americans, Puerto Ricans, Latinos, etc., and other such non indigenous labels of denationalization. No matter the nation or tribe, we are the Moors, and we are the indigenous of El Kibalan, which is Earth. The right to right the wrongs of the past, those European nations and Arab nations and other nations that participated in the enslavement of the Moorish people, shall share the obligation along with the United States and jointly pay the Moors within said nations the same reparations stipulated herein, this document on behalf of the URA. We respectfully demand all ancestral fines of any and all forms. They rightfully belong to us, their descendants. In return, our greatness is at your service. We will continue to work side by side with the world to keep life for all of us moving in the right direction. We, the indigenous Moors, represent the mothers and fathers of high culture who have endured the greatest injustice. Any and all nations that have incarcerated Moors must immediately release them from their bondage. Let it be known to all nations and all peoples from this day forward, the Moors will never be the subjects of anyone or anything. We shall govern our own. We hope that the world will embrace this change. The terms of this treaty are far, or I mean, the terms of this treaty are fair and just. To deny this treaty will be an admission that you favor the enslavement and mistreatment of my people. If denied, then the entire earth will burn, for we will refuse to live under the forced circumstances of our oppressors. The debt is due, and this treaty is our demand for justice. If the nations of the earth agree to this treaty, humanity will usher in a new renaissance that will unite us all in peace and friendship. The Universal Republic of Akibalan hopes to be a template and model for a one world unity where no woman, child, or man will suffer oppression and poverty. Thus, in the name of love, true peace, freedom, and justice, we, the indigenous Moors of North America, are humble and will give all that's within our pedigree for the upliftment of fallen humanity and the advancement of the human being to its highest potential. To the world, we say, Hotep, let's build a better tomorrow. Once the URA begins the reign of the seventh house, the last payment, the debt owed will be paid in full, and all parties will be square on that day. All reparation bank cards will also end on that day as well. Okay, that was the Treaty of Humanity, and I'm gonna go to the last one so we can get to the Q&A. We, the indigenous Moors, hereby enact Article 8. They only have 8 articles to this Constitution. So it says the Universal Agreement and Declaration of Liberation and Nationality. It says, I am blank, a sui juris man, woman of divine nature. I am an indigenous inhabitant of Akiba. Man, come on, man. I always do that shit with my fat ass finger. My fat finger, man. Hold on. Hit that thing on the side and it zoomed up. All right. The, the agreement goes, I am blank, your name, a sui juris man or woman of divine nature. I am an indigenous inhabitant of Akibalan, which is Earth, and I am living in the Moorish Republic of city, state, county, whatever, whatever. Of sound mind, I freely choose to accept the URA agreement in all that it stands for, as demonstrated in this Constitution. I accept the principles herein are just, and my choice of law, and my choice of law is Moore's jurisprudence. By signing this agreement, I agree to honor my word and speak the truth. So even in judgment, I will stand on my square. I am joining the Universal Republic of Akibalan in its mission to uplift fallen humanity with love, true peace, freedom, and justice. I pledge my faith and allegiance to myself, my family, my community, my republic, and the world. I promise to carry myself in a noble and honorable fashion. However, if I offend or go contrary to my word, please don't hold it against me. Remember, I am a human being with flaws to correct. If I have not committed an offense worthy of death, give me justice. I am a liberated indigenous man, woman of the Universal Republic of Akibalan, and my nationality is whatever you want to put down. My indigenous birth name is, you put down your change of name. My DBA, which would be your all capital letter name on your social and your birth, boom. Signed in the year 20 blank or whatever in the month of blah blah blah. The day ends, it's just your signature, and then on this part it says, I place my personal treasury account. my personal treasury account number upon this document to activate my federal reparations bank card, meaning you put your social security card at the social security number at the bottom, and through your Federal Reserve Bank that your case your account is being held in. It's their responsibility. They're the trustees, and they are supposed to get wire that money or send you that unlimited card for with your money. That's what what we're demanding, because like I say, the system is already in place. There's no reason to just try to dismantle shit. We're gonna make it do what it's supposed to do, but for us. But until we step up like men and women and be able to demand and talk like we had some sense and know what we're talking about, they're not going to respect you as a man or a human being. They're always going to refer to us as a minority, which means you're minors. So that's the end of it.
Hmm. Okay.
That's the end of it. That pledge and that agreement. I like how I put, I pledge my allegiance to myself, my fam, so on and so forth.
Now, part of self. For the record, what is the official name of your proclamation or your declaration right there? And who is it written by?
It's called the Celestial Constitution for the Universal Republic of Akibalan. It's
Written
the
by who?
Celestial Constitution.
Written by
It
who?
is written by me,
Okay, peace.
Rasimba Olohuru Il,
Okay, peace.
aka Carlton Brown.
Okay, peace. So now I ask you that. So now when we post this and we put this on the World Wide Web, just know that this divine being just made his very own proclamation, public notice, public statement that's going to be sent out to the World Wide Web and put on public notice. No one can steal this man's work. No one can copy this man's work. This is going to be one of his copyrights. So therefore, no one shall infringe upon this man's copyright nor his intellectual property. Peace for the record.
Peace. Yeah. And yeah, I told somebody that too. I said, man, we got it on Facebook. You put it on the ground. I said it all becomes public notice.
Right,
Once it's out there. And shit, people don't go get newspapers no more. You can put it in the newspaper. But however it go, we still have to adorn ourselves with our garb. However we want to rock our swag. Now, I think I'm gonna get me a white fez made with the compass on it.
hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
What's your symbol on it?
Huh? No,
What's your
I'm gonna have the symbol on there. It's gonna be on there, but in the middle, I'm gonna have that seven and that star. I'm gonna have the Shem God.
okay?
You know, and he the one that made the flag.
Sham God, Universal Sham God Allah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Some brothers might have some issues with that though, God. They're gonna be like, nah, it's like God. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna put that on Morse flag? Father didn't teach that. You already know, God, you're gonna have some adversity about that.
yeah, but that's the crazy part about it. You don't know that all that came from that man. He the one that put that bag out there, and them brothers that was with him came with him. That's how we had got different branches of it. Like I was telling the Moors, I was like, who was the dudes with the Kemetic crowns? I said those were the elders with him. What about them? The ones who put him through the chambers. Those these are the people that we're trying to investigate. Because if he had a teacher, they had a teacher, and it's a fact of history that this was the first man over here talking about the esoteric Islam. You know what I mean? Asaf Lawn Master and the Zodiacus. He brought that stuff. You know what I mean? And y'all just expounded on it, but y'all took away from his true message. Y'all started calling us black people again. He tried to take us away from that. So, you know, Science of the COINTELPRO. You feel me? Because you know what that title meant. Calling us black, it just kept us in the midst of not knowing who we are. Because if you start saying more, then once we start seeing the shit in literature as it happened, once we start doing the research, and oh damn, they popping up everywhere in history. Oh, hold on, they created this, they did. Wow, hold on, wait a minute, this is who we saying that we descended from. And now that I have other pieces to this puzzle, it's like I say, when they ran us off in 1492, we fled over here. The majority of us fled over here. Some of the Browns, the Moore, Williams, the Rosses, they didn't change our names, they stole them.
All right. 2 more minutes to the closeout, and then we're gonna come
Okay.
back. And then we're gonna come back on the Q&A.
All right,
So,
bet.
yeah,
Yeah, they stole our names, but that's a whole different bill. But like I say, we don't understand that because we don't study that part of history. Why was 7-Eleven so important? Because that was the turn. That was the point where we pulled them out of the grave. They was going to die from the plague and all the diseases that they had, and from warring, drinking and pissing in the same water, causing all them diseases. So yeah, at the end of the day, man, just if we just have a just being real with ourselves, we are creatures of nature. If something attacks you, you have the right to protect yourself. And us being human, we have the right to say, leave us alone, adios. Flat out. Getting that ready for the Q&A.
All right, peace, God. We're gonna come back in 1 minute.
All
You
right.
just you just chime back into the same link right here.
Same one.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. So special guest, man. Symba dropping that science, man. You know what I'm saying? Giving us a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? His brother came through and gave us a blueprint on how we can establish heaven on earth. You know what I mean? And the true heaven is come from within. So that which is within is expressed on the outside. And this is how we can, you know what I'm saying? One of the ways, it's a blueprint. Like I said, his brother came through. Oh, man, he came through too soon. Oh, I thought it's up, guy. He came through too soon. Pardon me. I was just
All
about to.
right.
All right, we'll close out, God. Then I was just giving a little outro. Peace, peace. All right, guys. So we're gonna come back in on the next one, y'all. Peace, peace, peace.